Who are the Broncos' X factors in order for them to make a deep playoff run and win a Super Bowl? I think there's an obvious one, but let's dive deeper than that. Plus, we have some coaching updates and big show starting now. For a deep playoff run and potentially holding up that Lombardi trophy, we are going to break it down on the DNVR Broncos podcast. We are live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your local Front Range Toyota stores, and we are presented by our friends over at Bet365. Use that code DNVR365, place a $5 bet, deposit $10, and you're going to get $200 in bonus bets, which you can use, win or lose. We got the DNVR Broncos podcast. Ryan Koenigsberg to my left, Henry Chisholm to my right. We got Dion behind the camera. Zac Stevens rocking and rolling with you on this snowy day. I would argue.
Not snowing yet.
It's a little snowing.
It's just raining.
There were some little... they might be coming and going, but there was some little snow.
Yeah.
By the time
maybe
they hit the ground.
Both, but...
Right. But since you're taller, you would think you would be the one who catches them when there's snow.
And then we get the rain.
Right. Yeah.
Because Henry and I thought Henry was like so much taller than me. I found out he's just 3/4 of an inch taller than me.
Wow. I left my car outside for like an hour this morning, and when I got back to it, it was just wet.
But you know, snow, when it hits a car, it can melt.
Just like when it hits
and
the
just
ground.
be water.
There were a little...
We're supposed to get 4 to 6 inches tonight.
Nice.
So that's what I should say. And what I was saying was, hey, someone else is getting that, not me. But in Denver, we're getting 4 to 6 inches of snow. What I was bringing that to was, I feel like this is football weather. Some people may disagree and say 60 and sunny is football weather, but if it's gonna be cold, it might as well snow. So I love it.
Both of those people would be wrong.
Oh.
So you're saying I'm wrong?
Yes.
Big rain
and
guy?
the other person you mentioned. No. Football weather is like 48 degrees and just mild. Like there's a little chill in the air. There's a little extra smoke coming from the grills because it's cold.
I mean, that's some of football weather. But the best football weather is blizzard.
No.
I want the what was it? The Bills and Patriots.
That was a good game.
Where Mac Jones threw 3 passes in the game.
Something like that.
I believe, and the Patriots won because of that.
That's good.
Now I don't want that for playoffs, but that gets me going. Watching that on TV is awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder if there are any potential snow games this week.
Packer or Chicago.
You would think there'd be a chance.
I don't think it snows anymore.
I kind of feel the same
it's
way.
snowing outside right now.
It's just not.
He's looking this way.
That's a fair point.
No, even when I got up to Montana for Christmas, there was no snow.
That's crazy.
The day
It's
we
36
left,
degrees. It's not snowing.
I gotta see if my phone
on the ground
agrees
it's
with you.
36 degrees, like 8 feet off the ground.
Oh my gosh! Currently,
Someone ask Wemby if it still snows.
Right, he would know.
yeah, that's very true.
Did you see him? There were basketballs stuck in the net, and so he kicked them out.
But
he kicked them?
They didn't all come out, but
he could have just reached in and pulled them out one by one.
He could have, but to see his foot go that high up in the air.
He kicked
Oh
the
my
ball.
gosh,
His foot reached at least like 9.5 feet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is unfathomable.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wemby would be quite an X factor for this Broncos team. Although,
Would you want him?
Yes.
I think you have to, right?
wouldn't he be like a taller Caleb Lohner in terms of like how you would use him?
The problem is
But
it's
you
like
would use him?
one hit. Like you have to
Right,
make sure
yeah.
that he just takes no hits ever.
It's only
Right.
in the end zone,
Right.
Yep.
And like
and they'll still get hit.
you can just throw to the pylon.
Yeah.
Back pylon. So like the worst hit he can get is just like getting shoved out of bounds. Like the safety's not getting over there and like popping someone on the back pylon.
That's true. Or is this Bo Nix running where you just save him for the playoffs? Is that what the Broncos are doing with Caleb Lohner? Saving him for the playoffs?
No. It'd be fun though.
Yeah, it would.
If he's active for whatever reason, I will know Sean has something up his sleeve.
Oh, that is for sure.
Just wait until there's like a 5'9" corner on the other side, and then all of a sudden Caleb Lohner will be active.
Oh, yep. Very true. So let's have this conversation about X factors, and I think we all agree that Bo Nix shouldn't be in this conversation, whether he's not an X factor or he's just too obvious of an X factor. So before we dive in, I want to just have a conversation about Bo himself and what he needs to do for the Broncos to have a deep playoff run, potentially make the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. Do you have any thoughts first on just him being an X factor or not?
Well, I just think X factor to me is like, who is someone that could surprise us? And if they did, it would like change the outlook of the Broncos.
Right. So Nikola Jokic, could he be the X factor for the Nuggets?
No,
probably not, because he just goes
like
and
Peyton Watson can be the X factor for the Nuggets. It's like, wow, if he plays,
oh look, he's guarding LeBron.
It's like if he plays above what we think he's capable of, then this team has a whole new ceiling.
Man, I just thought X factor was like who needs to turn it on and play to their potential or more than that in order to take their team or their unit to that next level and win games.
Well, under that definition, then Bo Nix absolutely could be.
See, and that's why I was interpreting. That's why I didn't want to have Bo in this and just say because he's the ultimate X factor.
Henry, did you look up the definition?
Working on it. Potentially comes from algebra.
Oh, those are two words that are in algebra.
Right. So the X in the equation is the one thing you don't know. And so the X factor is like, what will this be? It's like, oh, it turns out to be a 3. A 3. That means everything else is whatever it is.
Right. So let's just simplify this down.
Can I get a real definition, please?
I don't know. No, that is the real definition.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dion. That seemed a little too.
Yep. Okay. So everybody is pointing to algebra. A noteworthy special talent or quality, a variable in a given situation that could have the most significant impact on the outcome. So again, it's that. Yeah.
Okay.
Go back to algebra.
But think of it this way. Think of it this way.
Oh, so we're gonna twist it again. Okay.
No.
I see. Dion on my side. I love this.
Let me just simplify this down for I'm obviously the math guy here, so I know algebra.
Yeah. First time you've ever said that on the show.
Let me dumb this down for the regular persons around here. Let's just imagine X can only be a number 1 through 10. Okay. And in this, X, like, let's just say Bo Nix's number is 8, 10 being the best. The X factor to me is who can have the biggest impact, like who will have the biggest variable. Bo can only go from 8 to 10, and even expecting that would be a little bit egregious. Where it's like, well, this person, and not to get into my takes on this, let's just use Caleb Lohner. Caleb Lohner's number is a 0 right now. So if Caleb Lohner was a 4, would that have a more variable impact on the final result?
No.
Okay.
From Caleb going to a 4 to a 10 as opposed to Bo going from an 8 to a 10?
Caleb going from a 0 to a 4.
Oh, certainly not. No.
It's you think of the equation and there's the one unknown. It's like, oh, what is this? And it's the one thing you really wonder. And he'll decide what the rest of the equation works out to be.
I think what's kind of fun about this is
kind of what I was saying.
We can all interpret this how we want and have the conversation and agree or disagree based on who's. See, what we don't know is what the factor is.
Shit,
although
so
I do know factor is good meals,
what the
though.
Can we get a whiteboard?
Yeah, this is confusing. I did not know I was going to be doing math today. So Bo, we're just taking him out of this equation and making it simple.
A variable in a given situation that could have the most significant impact on the outcome.
That's Bo Nix.
Obviously Bo.
That is obviously Bo. See, and that's why I thought he's too much of the X factor.
That's why I don't like that definition.
So that's why you didn't read that one.
Well, no, I did read that one. I did read that one. There isn't like an official definition.
Didn't RK cheat on math tests? Buddy, I cheated on every test.
Yeah. That was when you cared enough to try to pass.
And that's what I was going to say is cheating on the test is way better than failing it.
Right.
I mean, because the worst thing is
You just had to actually try.
kids,
and
don't
care.
listen to this.
No,
Don't listen to this.
right?
We're just having fun here.
Parents, turn it up.
Because the worst thing that happens if you get caught cheating is you fail.
Life is just
Right?
about finding a way to get to the point B. However you get from A to B, as long as you got there,
It's true.
you did it.
I
That is
was
very
reading
true.
this book that had a section about dyslexic people, and we have a notable dyslexic person in our company. So I was very interested.
I did not know this.
I
Yeah,
already forgot who it was.
you know who it is. Just think. But yeah, so I was reading it, and so the point is like, okay, for 90% of people, really bad to be dyslexic, and they're like worse life outcomes because of it. But there's a 10% of people who are far more productive than any other group because they just learn how to be problem solvers and how to cheat their way to things. And so like there's like a crazy high number of CEOs and stuff who are dyslexic. But then also you don't want to be dyslexic because odds are there are other problems.
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
Cheating.
Oh,
Yeah.
cheating.
But no, you're right. There's the point.
Solving
People
problems.
who can solve problems. Math test cheaters turn out well sometimes, or they go to jail.
There's like 3 levels of people. Someone who just studies in the test, gets a good grade.
Yep.
The middle one is someone who cheats on the test and gets a good grade. The other one is someone who just doesn't care either way and gets a
Right.
bad grade.
Jail.
Jail.
They wind up in jail.
And you're in group 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Proud group 2 leader.
and it worked.
As a wise woman once said, cheaters are leaders.
Yes, exactly. Cheaters are leaders. I kind of, as Henry's saying, those
Yeah.
CEOs, cheaters, they end up being leaders. Just an example to that. Bo Nix, what is he? He's the one that studies, right?
He strikes me as that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so too. I mean, we saw what's in his backpack, and it is only study tools, right? Have you heard the Sean story? The one that he's told 500
yes,
times?
yes, from the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a tennis ball to help himself roll out.
What
and
else? I mean, I just have my computer in my backpack.
I think
And
Sean
sometimes an extra set of Invisalign.
I think Sean was hoping to find like some cigs or something.
Right.
Not hoping to find, but like
But who's walking around with just like crazy stuff in their backpack?
Yeah. I have very few things in my backpack.
especially to like a job interview.
Right.
God, we are all over the place.
That's
It must
fine.
be the weather.
We got
Must
it's a
be the
bye
weather.
week.
Oh, it must be the snow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you
yeah,
expect?
maybe.
Like I don't.
Yeah,
I
also
play
the bye week,
Xbox.
yeah.
I don't walk around with an Xbox controller in my backpack. That would be a red flag.
Some people do, I think.
Dion brought his Xbox to work yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Did you really? Wow.
It's true.
For Supporters Club video.
It was for work.
Yes.
Oh,
Sure
okay.
it was. Yeah.
I've seen some people bring their Xbox into the delivery room with their wife.
Yeah.
And that is, I wouldn't recommend doing that. No. Oh, Ryan's thinking about it.
I mean, look, it depends on what time you're doing this. Like, if the doctors are like over there trying to help out, like you could be holding her hand and you're just ripping Madden. Like, yeah, that's an L. But like,
That
you are
would
going to
be.
be there for many hours.
But so is she.
For sure, she could rip Madden too.
Then you're good. If you bring it for partly her, then yeah, you're good. Okay, so let's dive into this conversation on Bo Nix, and then I want to know. I have no idea where the Sex Factor conversation is gonna go now after this. But let's first take a look at Bo Nix, and I want you guys to tell me what Bo has to do in order for the Broncos to make a deep playoff run and make it to the Super Bowl. And I'm gonna hear that from you guys after this.
End Credit Union is a place to go if you need a bank in Colorado. They are the official banking partner of the Denver Broncos. It's the largest credit union in Colorado. All sorts of perks when you sign up, including the Broncos checking account, where you can get chances to win home game tickets, 10% off food and gear on game days, no surprise fees, $200 free in your account. Or you can also just be happy that you got this little Broncos debit card. This one is the Pat Surtain one, which is actually part of their interception program, which is a lot of fun. Basically, when the Broncos have interceptions, they wind up giving more money to Children's Hospital Colorado. They do all sorts of cool stuff, so make sure you support them. If you're ready to bank like a Bronco, head over to ent.com/DNVR to learn more. Insured by NCUA, membership required, account requires associated Ent Broncos debit card so that you can go bank like a Bronco.
And want to give a shout out to our friends over at Coors Light. I like Coors Light so much. I'm wearing one of their pieces of merch, and man, is it sweet. When I wear it, people are like, man, where'd you get that from? Got it from Coors Light. It is sweet and as always as cold as the Rockies. And today, man, it is chilly outside. And speaking of chill, if you want to chill, you got to grab a Coors Light because Coors Light is all about chilling. We got some cold weather coming in. A lot of people are going to be staying indoors. Coors Light is a beer to grab and reach for if you are going to be chilling indoors watching an unbelievable slate of football. We got college football playoffs tonight, college football playoffs tomorrow, NFL playoffs on Saturday, NFL playoffs on Sunday, and then NFL playoffs on Monday. Get yourself a pack of Coors Light on your way home, and you can even get it delivered straight to your door by going to CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Make sure to celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Go to CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Coors Light, of course, beer. And shout out to our presenting sponsor, Bet365. Use that code DNVR365 when you sign up. You can see our new motto behind us, sports over everything, and it's even over me. Just shows you it really is over everything.
It is, including you.
Yeah, exactly. And
want
to give a reminder to everyone to get in on our playoff sale going on to become a diehard. $36 gets you access not just to our playoff coverage this year, but for an entire year, not just for Broncos, but everything we've got on the site. Plus, you get a free t-shirt of your choice. Go to thednvr.com/playoffs or click the link down below to get in on this offer right now. All right, fellas. Henry, what does Bo Nix have to do for the Broncos to make a deep playoff run?
Oh, you're going to hate the answer. It depends. Like if the defense does what it did last week and you're winding up with 2 turnovers a game and J.K. Dobbins comes back and is running the ball,
he doesn't have to do anything.
Bo completes half his passes before he gives you a good drive in the final minutes. That might be enough. If the defense isn't getting turnovers, if the run game is still kind of rough, then like, I don't know. If you get a much better chance if he goes for 350 a game, but
I'll give you 2 things that I think he has to do no matter what. 1, avoid turnovers. And he's been mostly good at that. It's hard to say he's been like great at it, but he also has games where it's just like he never even threw anything that looked like it could be an interception. So I think that's number 1, avoid turnovers and protect the ball. Number 2 is use his legs to convert tough third downs. I think that you give me those 2 things and then just everything else is just normal, like what we've seen from Bo all year. I think it's enough.
Yeah, and I think if he does those things, the Broncos are in the Super Bowl.
I do too.
Yeah. Like I'll be surprised if they aren't in the Super Bowl. But yeah, I mean, quarterbacks, it's turnovers, it's red zone and third downs. Those are kind of like the big moments. And 2-minute drills. So like if you just check those boxes, you're in good shape.
See, I think
we know he's great in 2-minute drills. He's been mostly great in the red zone until the last 3 weeks.
And I'm not worried.
I'm not.
I can't. Sean Payton has 2 decades of track record of being like incredible in the red zone. I think he was just holding stuff back.
I think what Bo has to do is just be exactly who he's been this year as a whole. Now, you can probably point to certain games and be like, don't be that Bo. And you can point to games and be like, be that Bo. But just overall, he has got the Broncos to a 14-3 record. Bo doesn't have to go above and beyond. There are small things like, yeah, I do want him to use his legs more. There certainly are things. But like in terms of overall play, what's fortunate for the Broncos is the Buffalo Bills are a team where they need Josh Allen to not just be good to win the Super Bowl this year. They need him to be elite for 4 straight games. Is that right? And that's not what you need from Bo. You need Bo to be just who he has been, and that's what makes me so comfortable about this is you'll look all around the team, and you don't really need other guys to play otherworldly. The Bills also need James Cook to play out of his mind as well. From Bo, just be Bo who you are, which that means don't truly mess the game up in the first 3 quarters, and then you've been the most clutch quarterback in the NFL since you've got here. So in the 4th quarter, be that guy, and you're going to be just fine.
Yeah, I mean, when Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl here, he completed 55% of his passes in the playoffs, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, came out to 179 yards per game.
There is some crazy
that's like
revisionist history I learned about that.
What do you mean?
Because we had a clip of me talking that went kind of big on Instagram, and I was saying like the Broncos have won a Super Bowl with very poor quarterback play, and there were so many comments being like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah. I was like, "All right,
wow."
There's no argument about like poor quarterback production. Like you can get into like the nitty-gritty.
I simplified my own point because in that I went on to say like, well, Peyton was doing all the right things.
There you go.
The right plays and all that stuff. But and I even said from a numbers perspective, it was abysmal.
Right.
2 touchdowns, 1 interception in 3 games.
Yeah. 539 yards in the 3 games. Complete 55%.
That legit could have been 1 game for Peyton.
Yeah. And you want more than that from Bo.
Average game.
It'd be a weird game. 2 touchdowns with 500 yards.
I guess 500 yards would have been good.
Yeah. I think you don't want to see this from Bo. And if Bo plays like that, you're probably not winning a Super Bowl. But what Bo needs to do, like what the bar will probably be, is a lot closer to that than it is to like Patrick Mahomes the past couple Super Bowls or what he's had to do.
I wonder what people were saying at this exact moment in that season about what Peyton needed to do in the playoffs.
What's crazy is people were saying, like, should it be Brock instead? Like, could you imagine with the 1 seed like the Broncos have right now, if during the bye week the big conversation was, should it be Jarrett Stidham or Bo playing? Like, that's insane. The fact that they were able to then go win the Super Bowl?
Well, yeah, and I think I hope the conversation back then was like Peyton just needs to manage the game like he has been. Like, just don't do anything that can hurt the defense, because you go back to that season, like the games that they lost, it was because like the offense actually like fell apart and was turning the ball over consistently.
Right.
When Peyton had 3 interceptions in the first half against the Chiefs.
Yep.
After breaking the record for passing yards in that game. That was crazy.
I still remember being with my friend and his dad and being like, they have to bench him.
Yeah.
Like, they have to. And they were like, there's no way. It's Peyton Manning. They cannot bench him. And then, like, second half comes out, it's Brock.
It was just that bad.
Yeah.
Pure Lapine is upset with what I said about dyslexia. And I just want to clarify what I said. I didn't say all dyslexic people are cheaters, because that would obviously be wrong. But there is read the book. And essentially one of the points is, when you have dyslexia, you find ways around like your setback. Yeah. You know, it's just you adapt and you find different routes. And some people cheat. I didn't say all dyslexic people are cheaters. It's a good book. You should read it.
Cheating is good.
Yes. Also, if you're Brian's side. So I don't mean to offend anybody, but read the book. Like, it's just an interesting thing.
Bo Nix just has to be Bo Nix and not. I think the risk would be like thinking that he needs to be a bigger, better Bo Nix because this is the playoffs, and I've got to go like prove myself and discredit the doubters. And then he tries to play outside of what he's been. Just be himself, be clutch, make plays with his feet, and the Broncos are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
As long as the defense doesn't screw it up.
And that's what we'll get to in just a second. But before we get to the defensive side, Henry, who is your X factor? And we'll find out your definition of X factor when you tell us. On the offensive side of the ball, putting Bo Nix aside.
Dobbins. Like, I mean, he's the exact example. Because, like, does he exist or does he not? Like, does he even play?
0 or an 8.
Exactly. When you're talking, when you look, y equals 3 times x plus 5. It's like that x is really going to change what that y is, and that x could be a 0, that x could be a 10. See, to me, that's the biggest unknown on offense is, do you have J.K. Dobbins? Because if you do, there might be 2 run games better than yours in the playoffs. And if you don't, then there's probably 8 or 9 of them.
You might be even, and Henry, I agree, J.K. Dobbins is my X factor as well on the offensive side. So I'll make a case in a little bit for someone else. But you can actually make a case that if you do have J.K. Dobbins, you have the second best run game in the playoffs. And by the time you play, the team who's number 1 might be eliminated. The Bills might be eliminated. So you might have the best rushing offense in the NFL, and you get the best rushing offense in the NFL paired with the best defense, or the second best, depending on what you think of Seattle and the Texans, but a really good defense. And then you pair it with a clutch quarterback. Oh, and you pair it with a Super Bowl winning head coach. Like, you just give that formula to anyone, and they're going to take that and run with it and say that's the team that's going to win the Super Bowl. Because J.K. Dobbins, a week before he got injured and was out, he was a third leading rusher in the NFL, and he was sharing the backfield at times as well, only behind Jonathan Taylor, who was on an MVP run at that point in the season, and James Cook. So Jonathan Taylor didn't make the playoffs, so you can make a case he's the second best ground game when J.K.'s in there. Yeah.
It'd be nice. I'm not expecting it. I just feel like it's not a factor that I can count on.
Did you see on a certain sports book, J.K. Dobbins has the second best odds of any player to score the first touchdown of the Super Bowl?
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember who one is? James Cook?
No. I
Kenneth
it was.
Walker?
I think it might have been Kenneth
Yeah.
Walker.
Wow.
That is crazy.
No, I mean he's coming back. Like
Yeah,
I don't
it's just
even.
a matter of when.
Yeah,
It's just crazy. Like I wish I could see a recording of the conversation that like had to happen to set those lines. Like they're like, okay, what teams are most likely to make the Super Bowl? Like Seahawks, Broncos, and then like what player is most likely to score? And then someone was like, oh, like okay, Kenneth Walker, R.J. Harvey, and they're like, but wait,
Yeah. This guy's gonna be back by the
Right.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, and because at this point, again, when they say on the broadcast, like he could be back pretty soon, like that is because you would think because every
production
week they
meeting.
talk to the coach about what's going on, so they know those sorts of things. And all of the signs we've gotten is like he's gonna be back for the Super Bowl or something, and now it seems like it might be before that. So yeah, I think Dobbins is back.
and
But
he's your
the
X factor.
He's the X factor.
My X factor is Troy Franklin. And I think if you go back, especially early in the season, before we had like, I don't know, preconceived notions about what the team is and what the offense is, the games when the passing offense was like really going, Troy was really involved.
Yeah.
And I think that it becomes a little bit tougher to run the ball in the playoffs. You're going to see a lot of man coverage. It's a lot of just like our guys versus your guys. Who wins. And Troy wins a lot when in those situations. And so I think that there's going to be opportunities to get the ball to him downfield. And so much of this game is explosive plays. It's like you could literally 3 explosive plays from Troy Franklin could be the difference between the Broncos winning the Super Bowl and not. And so I think that he's the X factor for me because if he performs at a really high level, it changes the outlook for the Broncos offense.
Yeah, I love that one. You know what you're going to get from Courtland Sutton. That's why I was okay with him being the one to drop the passes in Kansas City because I know that that's a total one-off. I'm not concerned about him. You know he's going to show up. The X factor that I'll go with to pair with JK is just the guy who's replacing him. In my opinion, not everyone's opinion, is RJ Harvey. If he plays really well, and then that gives the Broncos a good running game, not just in the passing game as well, then it kind of gives us what we were talking about with the Broncos run game and just how key that would be. One other guy that I'm going to throw out, Evan Ingram. And that's a guy when I think I'm taking your definition, Ryan, of like we've seen him be, I thought he was going to be a 9 out of 10 this year. He's been and it's not him, just his productivity has been a 3, 4.
Yeah, 2.
Okay, so somewhere around there. But I still think he has the potential to be like a 9. So in that definition of X Factor, that jump is huge, and that jump can be a 100-yard receiver every single game. Now, not counting on it, but like, man,
If it happens.
if you can ignite someone, he'd be a top, just like Troy, just like JK as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I have a lot of like positive thoughts about Sean held this back, Sean held that back. There's just so little evidence of Evan actually balling that I can't be like, yeah, Sean held it back for 17 games.
He saw it in the preseason when he had that 80-yard run. He said he
He's
said
like,
he
we
saw
can
it
win a
enough.
Super
We're
Bowl if
holding
I
it.
don't show this hand.
We're gonna break it out in the playoffs. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't put money on him being a 100-yard receiver. Okay, let's flip to the defensive side of the ball and ask the same question. And I'm gonna give these guys a second to think about it. But in the Twitter chat, let me know who your defensive X factor is. And I think this one could be a wide open conversation. We're gonna talk about that coming up next.
Shout out to our friends over at Bet365. I'm having a good time over there. Back-to-back Nuggets wins, both is really big underdogs. They're like plus 600 in the game. They didn't have any of their starters, and like plus 300 against the Celtics. It's been a good time to be betting on the Nuggets. And also the Avs are on a 2-game losing streak, which is, I mean, they've lost 5 games all year. Kind of crazy, but that means that now the odds are shifted a little bit back in the Avs' favor. So today you get to bet on those, Montana Grizzlies, all sorts of good stuff over at Bet365. So go check them out. They've got a bunch of different perks. different NFL offers, baseball offers, basketball, hockey. Breaking news from Bet365. New customers now get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up, use the code DNVR365, deposit $10, place a bet for $5, get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or somebody you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
Common Spirit has a message for all of us, and specifically for me right now. My winter basketball rec league is starting up this coming weekend. Yeah, it's
just
gonna be
like
the
a
first
normal
time
one?
In it's gonna be the first time in like 15 years or something. Oh yeah,
I
bottom
almost
level.
said something.
Bottom level,
Yeah.
not anything
Because
competitive.
sometimes they have like the under 6 foot leagues.
Oh, get out of here!
I always thought that sounded fun.
Get out of here!
I thought that sounded fun.
I'm gonna be competing in the big leagues.
Do you think you could dunk on an 8 foot rim?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
10-foot.
That'd be kind of.
Give it to me.
Never mind.
But Common Spirit, they are there for people like me, the weekend warriors, the athletes, people that love to play and just be active, because they are there for your preventative injuries. And then if something does happen, they're there for you after the fact. Team of qualified and passionate providers specialized in the diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of sports-related injuries, including your Denver Broncos. So if you need to get checked out, go to mountain.commonspirit.org. Don't let an injury keep you on the bench, or even better, get proactive about your health. For more information, visit mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. And shout out to our presenting sponsor, Bet365. Use that code DNVR365 when you sign up. All right, Ryan, I'll start with you. Who is the Broncos X factor on the defensive side?
What do you think I'm going to say?
With your definition, someone under the radar.
Because I think I have the perfect answer.
Is it Riley?
Jaquan.
No.
Okay.
Jonah Ellis. Jonah Ellis is my X factor because I have seen him play so good in flashes. And again, when I look at it from like the Troy Franklin perspective, it's like the games where Jonah Ellis is making plays in the backfield, the defense is just dominating. And so, again, 3 sacks, just the way I said, 3 explosive plays. Like, if Jonah Ellis had 3 sacks, that could be the difference between the Broncos winning the Super Bowl and not. And I think he's absolutely capable of getting 3 sacks or a strip sack or fumble recovery. He's one of those players that I just look at him and I'm just like, this guy's just built for the playoffs. He just makes plays. He's just hard-nosed. He's tough. Weather would never affect him. Like, he's just a playoff player to me. So he's my X factor.
I like that one. I feel bad for Jonah in a way, because I legitimately think he's a starter for 30 teams. Like, you have Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. He's probably not a starter there. You have Jonathan Cooper and Nick Benito here, so he's not a starter here. Maybe every other team he's a starter for. He's so good. There's like no drop off when he plays, yet he just gets so limited snaps because he's playing behind those guys. And that's probably said too much about this guy could start so many places. Not with him. He is so good. So I like that one. You got exceptional depth at outside linebacker. That's a good one. Henry?
Well, that one is interesting because it depends on the rotations, because you just don't know how they're going to be sending guys out there. Like Zach Allen, for example, last year played 89% of the Broncos snaps. This year I said we don't want to put that much on him. This year it was down to 71%. Now that you're in the playoffs, does that just jump right back up? Like, same thing with Jonathan Cooper and with Nick Benito. Do you wind up playing them more in the playoffs? I'm not really sure, because I kind of agree that, like, especially these past few weeks, that run defense, so much of it's been Dondre and Jonah Ellis that I don't necessarily want to be taking them off the field.
You're not.
Just keep the rotation the exact same.
I mean, I think that depending on your matchup, like, let's just say you're playing even the Bills. I mean, if you got into a position where there's a lot more pass rush snaps, then I think you would play the pass rushers more. But from a base game plan perspective, I think you're planning on rotating pretty consistently.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious. I'll go with Jaquan. He's a playmaker. It's tough because there's so many guys. The defensive MVP for the Broncos could be almost anybody. You know, like it could be Pat, but also like Pat could just be in his own world doing his thing over there.
2
It could be
targets
Nick
for
Bonito.
0
It could be
yards
Cooper.
throughout the playoffs.
Like what if Zach Allen starts getting his sacks? So I think it's wide open. But I'll go Jaquan just because if I get the chance to bet on anybody on this defense, I'm always going Jaquan.
And we saw it in this past game. I mean, a pick six. He's a playmaker, and not just in that game, not just this year, but 2 years ago when he had the most forced fumbles of a corner in Broncos history or something, and against the Bills.
That was the one where it was like the first play against the Cowboys, he just ripped the ball out of his hands.
Yep.
Sick.
Yep. And then he did that against the Bills as well in Buffalo when the Broncos got the upset win when Russ was their quarterback and Will Lutz got the two field goals at the end to make them. I love that one, Henry. I'm going to go with the obvious one, and people in the chat have been talking about it. And so, yes, I know it's the obvious one, but I'm going to go Nick Bonito because, Ryan, you're saying history might repeat itself. You play the Steelers, then you play the Patriots, then you could play the Panthers in the Super Bowl. Who knows? And Von Miller was the X factor, and he took his game up to a whole nother level. If Nick Bonito does that, then this defense will be as good as that Super Bowl 50 defense. It has the opportunity to be because you just have all the pieces there. And if you get that one guy that plays like a Super Bowl MVP throughout the entire postseason on the defensive side of the ball, the best guy for that is Nick Bonito with just his ability. So I'll go Nick there. Also, we saw it last week. Playmaker was finally able to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands. I know it was Trey Lance, but it was a jump in the right direction. Vaughn did that in the Super Bowl against Cam Newton. So I know it's the obvious one, but you get that Von Miller type of boost. Oh my goodness.
For sure. I think we would be remiss to leave out these two guys, which are two guys who have done it before, Drake Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga.
Greenlaw's a good one.
Yeah, and Greenlaw has that kind of X factorness to him where we don't know what that value is yet.
There is hope that he is back for the Broncos' first playoff game.
Which is why they didn't place him on IR.
Exactly. Yep.
I would hope that he's back.
Yep.
But also Justin Sternad just played the best game of his career.
And that's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yeah.
And Greenlaw's been good. He had that pick, but that might be why he's not my X factor. Because I think Justin Sternad I think he might be just as good as Drake Greenlaw is. Like based on what we've seen this year. If you didn't know the names and you just watch what we've watched this year, that'd be what you come up with. It's like, yeah, they're kind of similar in some ways.
For sure didn't matter from a win-loss perspective.
Yeah, I love that that the depth there is that good. And Hufanga, he's a guy that's been so close. Obviously, he's had a fantastic season, but he's been so close to making so many turnover plays. If that just flips in his direction, he could certainly be that X factor.
I could see him just like blowing up a screen that causes a fumble. It goes the other way. Like just, yeah, when you play with that much velocity.
Yeah.
Just things happen.
High velocity.
Yes.
I'll tell you that. One more guy that I do want to mention, Henry, you threw him out there when guessing Ryan's X Factor. It's Riley Moss. Man, and it might just be like...
Just penalties.
We just don't want to hear about him. We don't want to hear him. Be quiet.
Is it true in the NFL that it is of other sports where they swallow the whistle a little bit in the playoffs?
Like, Sean Payton, he would say no.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know. And that's what scares me is like, when Benny talks about how the refs are going to find a way to screw over Sean Payton in the playoffs, Riley Moss is just the perfect target for them.
Gosh.
Maybe the answer is Devin Key.
Wow.
Because like he's
deep. You need the key to unlock.
He's the one guy who's going to be on the field for every single play who we don't know much about.
It's fair to bring him
until PJ Locke comes back.
Yeah.
Whenever that may be.
But you're right. He might
Do
be
we
a starting
have any
safety.
news on PJ Locke?
Tomorrow we'll have some news because Broncos still aren't on the practice field.
Used to getting the news on Wednesday.
Yeah, which is very fair. Broncos back on the practice field tomorrow. Supposed to practice tomorrow, which might be indoors with this snowstorm coming in, and then Saturday as well.
Cold rainstorm.
A cold rain. Yeah, that sounds like the worst type of storm.
It did smell like dog food when I was coming in, which is the second biggest sign of snow. Biggest sign of snow is when it smells like Greeley.
Because the winds are blowing?
Yep. The second biggest is when it smells like dog food.
Because of Purina dog.
Because it's north of us.
Wow, that's very true.
It is.
Better smell than Greeley though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People just live there. It's crazy.
Most things smell better than carcasses.
Fort Collins
that's
smells
true.
that way often too, because it's closer, right? The wind sometimes goes that way.
But it's the other way. It's like more north.
Oh, but that's then when the wind goes north.
Yeah, then it would. Then
Yeah.
Fort Collins would smell even more like Greeley. You're right.
I just don't know how people put up with that.
You know what really smells like Greeley? Greeley.
Yeah, that's true.
That's very true.
Nice golf course.
I went
Great
and
golf
saw Florida in Greeley,
Nice.
which was
Greeley Stampede.
yeah, exactly.
lost?
Hell yeah. I went to the
Yeah.
Greeley Stampede this year too.
Who? What? Didn't they have a big name?
It was our guy, Scotty McCreary,
Yes.
with Joey on the drums.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is. See, that fits the vibe way more.
Yeah, the vibe was elite.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Flo Rida did that halftime show for the Broncos. When was that?
No, he played the Super Bowl party. He might have also done a halftime
He had a
show.
halftime here.
But he was the Broncos
Yeah.
Super Bowl party when they won Super Bowl 50.
It was the worst performance I've ever seen, because it was like he didn't know the word, like he just didn't say any of the words. It was just playing. He was just like, "Yeah, this is my song."
Damn.
It was the
Lip syncing.
no, he didn't even do that.
Wow.
Just kind of
Wow.
listen.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, 2021, September 26th.
That
Broncos won 26-0.
Ooh,
Over the Jets.
I couldn't remember Jets or Giants.
had
Looks
to be
like
right.
Jets. Yeah.
Yeah. Good call.
We've shut out the Jets a lot.
Hey, the Broncos get the Jets next year on the road again. There's just something about Broncos Jets that has to happen every year in
be
shitty
shitty.
mellow and in shitty
Meadowlands.
Meadowlands. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the most disappointing stadium in the NFL
Hey, it really sucks.
because it's like New York. It's supposed to be New York,
not,
and
yeah.
it's not even in New York. And then it's just in a parking lot. It's terrible. But we can worry about that next year. Really quick on Devin Key. How do we feel about that? If PJ is not able to play because he did not return to the game on Sunday.
Not great.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to feel good about it when you know, and this is no disrespect to Devin Key, like opposing offensive coordinators are looking at the film and saying, how do we expose him? That is going to be their plan because the Broncos defense doesn't have a weak link elsewhere.
Yeah.
Before, they were probably looking at Riley, saying, okay, this is our favorite matchup that we can pick. We know that he's injured or penalty prone, so let's try and get this isolated. And now they're going to be trying to do that to Devin Key.
Yeah.
We just don't have enough sample size to know how he's going to respond to that.
And
Right.
I mean, and I think it probably scares Broncos fans because the last time we really saw him play safety for a whole game was that Ravens game 2 years ago, and it didn't look good for him. It didn't look good for the entire Broncos, to be fair. I will say behind the scenes, they think he has grown so much, and they fully trust him to be out there. So trying to calm your concerns, but I think concerns is fair until you see him play a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he's like the David Bruton of this team.
Yeah.
Special teams ace and has a chance to really make a name for himself by being able to turn that over. But like, he was so good on special teams this year that it gives me a lot more faith in him had he just been a random third string safety that got plucked in. Like, he's already been making plays for this team.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, just hope it goes better. He looked fine last week when he got in. No complaints there. But yeah, it's the Ravens start last year where they gave up 41 points, and he really, really struggled. That if not for that, I'd be really excited about this. Instead, it's like, oh, we'll see how it goes. And hopefully PJ's back anyway.
Yeah, maybe he's the key to PJ's lock.
Wow.
Okay.
Dang, that would be so sick if they were the starting safeties and it was lock and key.
That would be really cool. Maybe in
Call the defense the safe
oh man, you just rolled right
or
there.
the vault.
Oh man, that is really good. Let's hope we don't have to see that this year though. Because we want to see Hufanga out there. And maybe we'll get Brandon Jones back, but I wouldn't count on that. Okay, we know Vance Joseph is getting some interviews, but guys, Broncos might have a couple of head coaches in the NFL from their staff this year. We'll talk about that coming up next.
Shout out to our friends over at Toyota. They make so much of what we do here possible. Obviously, Toyota Lounge, where we're sitting, Toyota Chat, where you are. So many good reviews on the Toyotas. And I was just on their website last night. Lexi keeps telling me I need a new car, and so I spend a lot of time on that Toyota website looking through the options. There's some that being raised in Montana, I know that I'm not supposed to get or was raised to, like, you don't get the little sports car because you need to have 4-wheel drive. But
true.
here you don't really need that. And so I'm looking at like those Supra and some of the fun stuff that they have. It's awesome stuff.
I'd recommend 4-wheel. It's snowing today. We're going to get like
but
6 inches.
There's nothing there. I think it would be fine.
I'm told
Plus,
6 inches is a lot, Henry. So I don't know. 4-wheel drive might be good.
Okay. I keep thinking about Ryan and Allie who just share the one car. If we had Lexi's car that we could manage, and
she's
then
got
mine.
the Toyota 4-wheel.
Right, exactly.
I see. Okay.
All the Toyotas are good. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores with location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corn Toyota, and Boulder, Groove Toyota, and Littleton's Mountain States Toyota, and Denver, Stevenson Toyota, East Aurora, Stevenson Toyota, West, Lakewood. Toyota, official automotive partner of the NFL and the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places.
Henry, Taco Bell has done it again, and this time they brought back their cheesy dipping burrito, and I'm so happy that they brought this back because I missed it the first time around, but I saw one of these, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. This thing looks absolutely delicious. So go get yourself the 2 warm snack-sized burritos, each loaded with a grilled marinated steak or savory slow roasted chicken and a blend of melty cheese. And I'll tell you what, it is melty cheese and a flavorful sauce wrapped up in a layer of melty cheese grilled on the outside. You just cannot go wrong with this. Do you love cheese and burritos? Come on, they're just going to combine them both and make it the best of both worlds. Paired with your choice of dipping sauce, flavorful creamy garlic sauce, creamy chipotle sauce, or if you want more cheese, nacho cheese sauce. So you get a cheesy burrito with the cheesy outside dipped in a cheese. Man, this is a man's dream right here. I'm going to be hitting this up this week. And of course, the Buffs box have sold out, but your local Colorado stores are going to have them back this year. And they want to know which player collectible cup do you want, or which player do you want on their collectible cup? Put the comments below in the chat, and Liv Moss over at Taco Bell and go get yourself some cheesy dipping burritos. And shout out to our presenting sponsor, Bet365. Use that code DNVR365. College football playoffs tonight. We have a Broncos connection here. We have Evan Ingram's team going up against Darren Rizzi's son's team. Darren Rizzi's son plays on Miami, which is kind of crazy.
DJ Jones also Ole Miss.
Yes, DJ Jones also Old Miss. DJ against the Riz. Gonna be a fun game tonight. Use that code DNVR365 if you want to get in on the action over at Bet365.
Miami has to win, right?
I think so.
Everything other than like the quarterback for Ole Miss indicates.
And somehow
Miami
Carson Beck is like actually a good against good teams, which blows my mind.
I don't see why you're saying that at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Miami just in the trenches is so good.
Oh my gosh.
Like there will be no running for Ole Miss. And then like defensively, I think Miami should be just fine running on them. That Mark guy.
I was really
Mark something
rooting for Ole Miss just post Kiffin.
Yeah.
But I've just learned some things recently that
about Ole Miss?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I think I'll be pulling for Miami.
Wow,
big change up.
Yeah, that is a big change up, going from the underdog to the overdog.
The overdog.
No, the dirty dog, I guess, is what I'm interpreting.
But I love Chambliss so much.
I do too.
Yeah,
it's just hard. And Lacey.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be a blast tonight. Tomorrow we got it. Then football all weekend long.
Indiana actually is easy, right?
Is this the
Oregon?
greatest?
Yeah, I think so.
5-day stretch of football in world history?
In every year.
So like, congratulations. If you're listening to this right now, you did it. You survived, and you are going to live for the greatest 5-day stretch of football in world history.
Yeah.
So
you did it.
Because the Broncos have the bye, so you get Broncos the following week.
Yep.
It's so true. It is fantastic. And we'll be doing a show tomorrow at noon. Broncos are back, so we're still going to be here. And then make sure you're following us all weekend as well. We're going to be giving you updates about who the Broncos are playing when we find out who they're playing. So make sure to stay tuned with us. People that might not be staying tuned with us, Broncos coaching staff, busy this week during the bye week. We know Vance Joseph is a busy guy. He is interviewing now there's 8 openings. And he is interviewing with 6 of the openings, I believe the only teams that have not reached out to him are the Miami Dolphins, and they still very much might, especially he was a former coordinator in Miami, but they just fired Mike McDaniel earlier today, so they still have an opportunity. And the only other one, surprised that the Cleveland Browns are the only team that's not interviewing him when every other team wants to. Not a surprise there, just the way Cleveland is run. So he's been very busy. But now we learned that Davis Webb has not one but 2 coaching interviews. He's interviewing today with the Baltimore Ravens. He interviewed yesterday with the Las Vegas Raiders. And there's one more person, Darren Rizzi, Broncos special teams coordinator, assistant head coach, former interim head coach for the New Orleans Saints, is interviewing with the New York Giants. There's a lot of stuff out there right now.
There is. Best of luck to all of those coaches.
Do you
Now
actually
lock
mean
back
that?
in.
Do you hope they get jobs?
Yeah, I mean, like, would it be probably better for the Broncos if Vance Joseph comes back as their defense coordinator? Yes.
Probably.
So I'm not going to complain if that happens, but I also am a human who just wants people to like live their dreams and succeed.
And the Broncos get they get 3rd round pick if Vance gets hired.
2
3rd round picks.
Wow.
Brian loves the top 100 pick.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Those are actually probably right outside the top
pretty
100.
Damn, now I'm starting to think if that's actually just a good trade.
Oh, would you want
By the way-
Jim Leonard and 2 third-round picks or Vance Joseph?
I know.
That's the thing.
I know,
Yeah.
that is a thing. By the way, congratulations, Zach. You were right. It is now snowing.
Yes, it's snowing. Football weather is here.
Really snowing.
Let's go. Let's Bo.
And I'm happy because I was worried that snow was just over.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
we had
no
our last snow. I thought that was
Just
it.
ever.
Yeah. Kind of thought, like, tell your grandkids about it.
I think we might have said this on the show yesterday, but this was the first season ever that Broncos home games, every single one of them, the kickoff has been 60 degrees or above.
Everything's fine.
Are you in a burning?
Yes. Quite literally.
Yeah.
Then good thing there's snow out here,
Right.
to put that down.
Yep.
Also speaking of Jim Leonard, though, did you guys happen to see oh my gosh, we got to just talk about the Cowboys for a second because this has to do with the Cowboys. Do you guys see Marty Schottenheimer's clip? No, not Marty.
Jerry Jones clip about Brian Schottenheimer.
Brian Schottenheimer. Well, first, we'll get to that in a second, but Brian Schottenheimer, he was talking, I don't know how, but yesterday he was talking about Jim Leonard, and he just said how much he loves him. So they have an open DC position after they fired Eberflus, so maybe they're going to try to poach him. So you don't want to lose Vance and Jim Leonard, so that's going to be an interesting game that the Broncos will have to play coming up. But you did see, Henry, did you see, what's his name?
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
Was asked if Brian Schottenheimer will be given the power to hire his own defensive coordinator.
Did
Let
you
me
see
guess.
this? Yes,
Did he
yes,
say
please?
Something along the lines of, well, pretty much, but I get final answer?
Oh,
Not even
absolutely
close.
not.
No. Oh, he just said no?
No, he didn't. Saying no would have been nicer. He said something along the lines of like, as Trump said, I run Venezuela.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
what he
that's what he
said.
said.
That's what and then, did you watch the rest of the clip? Because I didn't watch the rest of the clip until someone else was,
Was that his
like,
way
you
of
have
saying,
to
like,
watch.
I'm the DC now?
It might be. But then he went on to say, did you hear the second part? It was
No.
even worse for
I
Brian.
didn't even click. I
It was
just
even
saw the
worse
quote.
for Brian. He went on to say, last year, I let Brian hire Matt Eberflus, and we all saw how that went. I'm not doing that again. And he's laughing. And they're at a press conference table, and Brian Schottenheimer's right next to him. It
Yeah.
is so brutal.
That's so awkward.
And
By
it's
the way,
just
who hired Brian Schottenheimer?
Jerry Jones.
How'd that work out?
Oh, and then he finished by saying, "Oh, we'll do it the same as we hired Flus. We'll do it together and come up as good as we can." After roasting him, that's crazy.
It's just another
Jerry
example of
Jones might be more valuable to the Cowboys as a defensive coordinator than as a general manager.
wow. Yeah, you're probably right.
Wow.
Brian should have countered with that. Would he have been fired right away? It's just a reminder though how fortunate the Broncos are because Greg Penner would never one, do something like that,
No.
like take
On,
control
like,
and hire
12
a
different
defensive
levels.
coordinator. Two, he would never do it publicly. On so many levels. The Broncos are so lucky that they didn't get that type of owner, because they could have. If the richest person would have come in and said, we'll give you $10 billion, and they're a bad owner, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Because it would have been sold for $10 billion. So thankfully, that is not the case at all. Other things going around the NFL. Mike McDaniel's fired. What do you guys think of that?
It's really weird timing. It makes me think that maybe they know something,
About
such as
Harbaugh?
like they could get Harbaugh. Like,
Yeah.
Harbaugh's sick of Baltimore and he wants to live in Miami. The other part of me just thinks like this is an unbelievable opportunity for every team that already has a quarterback. Hiring Mike McDaniel is just like a free pass to having a sweet offense. And I'm sure that there's a lot of teams out there that are hoping like, oh my God, we could get him as our offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't play those games. Just hire him as your head coach. Like the Ravens should hire Mike McDaniel as their head coach and watch what Lamar and Derrick Henry do.
You're right. It wouldn't just be for Lamar. Derrick Henry would.
Yeah, and like Keaton Mitchell, just like all of these guys would be running wild.
The problem is there aren't better options. Like there aren't a lot of like head coach, like Brian Flores doesn't do it for me if I'm the Ravens.
Is Brian
Like-
Brian Flores is still the defensive coordinator of the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I saw someone saying like, yeah, then they should hire Flores as their DC. I'm like, that. I
No.
Yeah.
don't think you
Yeah.
can do that.
But that's the thing that is like, if I were the Ravens, I don't need a genius to make my offense good. I need the defense to get back to what it was back when we were good. And McDaniel doesn't do that for me. But I don't know. Like, I guess VJ could be a guy who goes in there.
I think that the hottest name right now, or the guy that's most predicted to, or betting odds, is the Chargers defensive coordinator.
Like that,
So following what you're saying.
Right.
Minter
Because you can
or
find a guy.
Minter. Yeah.
You can
Minter's an offensive lineman.
Right. Because getting a good offense out of that is not hard. And like McDaniel would take that from like, oh, instead of like this top 5 offense, you're now the number 1 offense, which is great. But taking that defense from like 25th defense up to 10th defense might matter a lot more.
Yeah, I can see that. One guy that I might put the odds that Davis Webb gets a head coaching job ahead of VJ right now. I just think he is going to blow people away in interviews. Or as Jay Loomis says, I could definitely see Vance Joseph, if he gets a head coaching job, bringing Davis Webb with him to be the offensive coordinator. The issue with that is Davis Webb will leave after a year to become a head coach somewhere. But that would be a hell of a plan for a team to hire those two.
It would. It would.
You get both of them.
Yes.
All right, let's hit some super chats right now. We'll keep you updated with the coaching search as it goes on. But next week, and really starting tomorrow, we're going to be locked in on this season. We've pretty much been locked in on this season, but that's what the Broncos will be as well. All right, let's get to the super chats. First one coming in from Kyle Collins, who says, the boys and I are flying in from Arizona for the game. Best place to tailgate and pregame? Got an idea.
DNVR tailgate.
It's going to be it's always the best tailgate, but this is going to be the best tailgate we've ever had.
Yeah, absolutely. And like the location is the best it can be. You have 2 different food options.
Yep.
You have all the drink options.
Yep.
We have TV. I guess it won't even matter because there won't be other games on. But yeah, it's the best tailgate.
If it's a Sunday night game, there'll be
That's true.
2:30 game on.
I guess there most likely will be a game on the 11 o'clock game. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You can watch that other game in the garage with the little quad box of TVs we have.
Yep. And then he also says, he also asked, how cold is it going to be? Well, it might actually be Ryan's perfect football weather conditions. The 10-day forecast only goes out till Saturday, but the Saturday before the game, and technically the game could be that Saturday, is 55 and partly sunny. Ryan, you said 48, so we're close to there.
And partly sunny.
It might be perfect football weather in Ryan's opinion. So welcome. We want to see you at the tailgate for sure. DT Julian says, what are the chances the game is on Saturday prime time? I have a concert to go to for my girlfriend's birthday that starts at 7 p.m. Might have to cancel.
7 p.m. Saturday, I think you're safe.
Yeah, I think you're safe as well.
They do 3 games each day? Because they don't do the Monday game. No, it'd be 2 games each day. There we go.
Yeah,
Yes,
2 games,
2 games each day, I would
I
assume.
think what you're going to see is NFC Saturday, AFC Sunday.
I would agree.
Or would you go, it wouldn't be 1 Saturday and then 11 2:30, 6:30 Sunday, right?
I think it's
don't know.
typically 2 and 2.
Okay.
I think, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's
And
1
you would
3.
want NFC one day, AFC the other. That makes sense.
Yep. And then final one from the DNVR Count. We love you. The Count says, Broncos haters, open your eyes. Shout out Joey. Shout out to the Count. Shout out to everyone tuning in. Hit us with the thumbs up on the way out. We are not done for the week. Make sure to tune back tomorrow at noon. We'll see you then. Stay warm in the snow.
God bless Bo Nix.
We all silly like the mayor.